In this video, I'll describe the pros and cons for playing Warhammer 40k in Tabletop Simulator. This is a video for people wondering if they should spend the money to buy Tabletop Simulator to play 40k, or for those who are interested in the wargame itself. We'll start with the pros first. The biggest and most obvious is that all the figures are free. Aside from the initial cost of buying TTS, you won't have to spend a dime on assembling your army, and that also means you won't have to spend time painting and gluing your army. The online play allows you to connect to friends or strangers without leaving your house. That means no more having to travel to a game shop or a friend's house. There's also no risk to damaging your models or having them stolen. That also means you can play with your friends who you otherwise couldn't have. TTS offers many tools that make playing much easier and faster than the physical version. This includes things like setting up the table, keeping track of wounds and important notes, shuffling objective cards, rolling dice, measuring and moving models, and other little things that we take for granted. If you, or someone you know is decent in modeling and texturing, you have the option to modify existing models, or create something unique that you personally want. And again, it's all free. Going into the cons, I think the biggest thing people could have issue with is that it's not physical. I think I speak for the majority of people in saying that most of us would prefer the physical game compared to the digital. There's just something about actually handling the models that makes it feel so rewarding. Of course, with the price tag on the figures, a lot of us aren't quite able to make that kind of commitment. A problem people might face is if they don't have a great computer. There's a looming issue in running into bad frame drops, especially when there's a substantial amount of models on the table. This goes hand in hand with people with bad internet or if the servers are too far away. Another big issue that's currently a problem is that not all the armies are available for download. This is partly because Warhammer 40k only recently got popular in the TTS community. The main source of acquiring armies is ripping them from the Dawn of War games, and then importing them into Tabletop Simulator. I'm not sure how long of a process that is, but some of the more popular armies aren't there yet. This also means that armies that aren't in the Dawn of War games will take even longer to transfer over, such as the Skitarii. Games Workshop is also well known for taking down fan-made things, so even if someone does get an army out of the workshop, there's no guarantee that it'll stay there. The good news is that if you dig deep enough or find someone with the army, you can easily transfer the files. This falls into my next con. It's small but can really peeve people. If you don't have any modeling experience or don't know anyone that does, customizing your armies will be a huge pain to do, unless you don't mind the default settings. Dexterity is also lost when dealing with the digital world. Hand placing models, especially underneath or inside terrain, can be a real hassle. The technical issues, while sometimes hilarious, can often result in more frustration as well. I'm sure there's more pros and cons out there, but those are the biggest I can think of.